Mrs. Edstrom here. We're looking at substitution. Yay, we're on page 28 in our note packet. We're going to be talking a lot in class about what substitution means and defining that. So substitution, you can think of it like a substitute teacher, right? It's somebody that steps in to take that spot, to take that teacher role. And so we're going to be substituting, we're going to be replacing letters with numbers. And that's what we do when we substitute. So make sure you're on page 28, go ahead and fill in your date, and let's go ahead and fill in our essential question, which is, how do I solve expressions with, using substitution? How do I solve expressions using substitution? So what this looks like, let's go through this here. I'm gonna use some colors. Let's do it. Let me get my colors ready here. Here we go. That'll work. Substitution means we're replacing. So for example, right here we have an A, and we are saying that A is equal to 4. So we are replacing that A with a 4. So we have 4 squared. We still have that minus sign. Let's move on to our next number. We have a B, and we're going to replace, we know that B is equal to 3. So I'm going to replace that with a 3. There we go. I have multiplication. I have a C now, and up here it tells me that C is equal to 5. So I'm substituting or replacing that C with a 5. And last but not least, I have the D, and this tells me that D is equal to 8. So I'm just replacing or substituting that D with the 8. So I rewrote this entire expression. All of my operations are in the same spot. All of my numbers are in the same spot that the letter was in. Now I solve using order of operations. I don't see any parentheses. I do have exponents, so 4 squared, that's not 4 times 2, that is 4 times 4 to get 16. I have the rest of this here. Awesome. Now I have subtraction, multiplication, and addition. So I'm going to multiply. So I keep my 16, I still have the subtraction. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 8. I have addition and subtraction. I only want to take away the 15, then I want to add back 8. So this is where we want to be careful. We don't want to add 15 plus 8 and then take that away from 16, because then we're also taking away 8. So we just like to think of it as moving left to right. So 16 minus 15 is 1. 1 plus 8 gives me the 9. So let's try one more here. I'm going to use the same colors. So I'm starting off with D, which I said was this blue one up here, which is the 8. So I'm going to write it off to the side over here. So I have 8. I still have the minus. B was purple. So that was 3. C was this pink coral color, which is 5. And then I'm adding A, which was the yellow, and that was 4. So looks the same. I've just replaced or substituted each letter with the number that it equals. And in this case, since it told me what they all equaled before the problem numbers, it is the same for each of the problems. Sometimes it will change from problem to problem, so you need to make sure you read the question carefully. So let's go ahead and solve. Now, fraction is division, so typically we do division first, but we do not know what to divide, what that first number is, unless we do the subtraction. This is where there aren't parentheses sets, but this is a group. And you can have parentheses around it, but this is a group, and so that 8 minus 3 is what has to happen first. That gives me 5. I still have over 5, so I have a fraction, but it's also division, 5 divided by 5. And I still have the plus 4 because I haven't done anything with that. So now I'm going to do this division, 5 divided by 5 here. 5 over 5, that is equal to 1. And I have plus a 4. When I add those together, I get 5. So we're just solving using that order of operations. Let's take a look at the process. So we're going to move, you can put it off to the side here. I'm going to put it in the summary because this is kind of summarizing the whole thing here. So number one, the first step is that you are going to substitute, which also means replace. So you might want the word replace there as well to help you. Substitute or replace each letter. There may only be one. There might be more. Each letter with the number it equals. Then the second step after you do that, you simply solve by using the order of operations. Solve by using order of operations. So there you go. Those are the steps. Replace or substitute your letters with each of the numbers that it represents, and then solve using order of operations.